Welcome to the Upside Journal podcast. In 2026, domestic venture capital is struggling with extended exit timelines and dry powder gridlock. Yet a sophisticated layer of cross-border diaspora business networks is quietly unlocking predictable, counter-cyclical returns in AI and climate tech. Today, we're breaking down the hidden alpha traditional funds are missing. Today, we are systematically breaking down the mechanics of executive annual planning across 4 distinct acts: the VC paradox of 2026, asymmetric information, the climate tech edge, and finally, the repeatable flywheel. Act 1, the VC paradox of 2026, and escaping the execution drift trap. We see it all the time. Leadership teams build this grand vision, and honestly, it's functionally dead by March. We really have to contrast the administrative hurdle of that check-the-box January ritual with a rigorous, data-driven framework. Ritualistic annual budgeting, it's siloed, it's static, and it's totally disconnected. But strategic operating disciplines, those are dynamic, integrated, and resource-mapped. It's an architecture that forces real organizational choices and dictates precise capital allocation. And what this brilliantly illustrates is exactly what happens when operational systems just aren't linked. You've got headcount plans in one silo, treasury in another, and long-term planning completely isolated. The result? Cycles take way too long, data integrity collapses, and you inevitably suffer systemic execution drift. It's just wasted resources. Act 2, asymmetric information and building the strategic audit base. To fix these disconnected systems, we absolutely need institutional-grade remedies, and those have to be based on asymmetric information. That starts with a formal strategic audit. Now, this isn't just a casual feel-good review. It's a brutally honest assessment of an organization's current state, macro trends, and past performance. Conducting this highly objective strat review of the previous year is what prevents leadership teams from masking operational drift behind vanity milestones. These specific components of this audit are deeply clinical. You're analyzing value streams to spot transformation opportunities, capturing the actual voice of the customer, meaning what your clients are actively demanding, and mapping scenario plans against macro trends. By doing this, you are creating a strictly fact-based foundation. It defines your improvement priorities long before a single dollar of capital is committed. Moving into Act 3, the climate tech edge and designing Hashin-Conry architecture. Look, to execute high-stakes climate tech deals, you need rigorous internal architecture. We rely on a cascading method that starts with a top-level X matrix. Simply put, that's a visual map connecting your 3 to 5 year vision directly to your annual goals. From there, those goals flow into specific departmental matrices, and finally into capacity modeling. This ensures your centralized strategic visibility maps directly and seamlessly to resource allocation. But what actually makes this architecture survive contact with reality? It's the catchable method. Think of it as a literal tossing back and forth of ideas between executive management and frontline teams. This two-way feedback loop is absolutely essential. It stress tests the technological infrastructure and ensures that your operational guardrails are actually actionable for the teams on the ground. To objectively model that resource capacity, you need precise financial infrastructure. We're talking about tools like Hyperion Strategic Finance for long-range, driver-based modeling that handles your 2 to 10 year horizon. Meanwhile, systems like Hyperion Planning come in for the short range. That's your bottom-up plans and controlled operational budgets, typically covering a 3 to 24-month period. Now, what's really interesting about this alignment is how seamlessly connecting long-term strategic planning directly with the annual budget closes those operational disconnects we diagnosed earlier. You're creating a closed loop where tactical forecasts continuously update your high-level strategic targets. Act 4. The repeatable flywheel and the operating rhythm cadence. To add some immediate institutional validation to this operating rhythm, McKinsey actually refers to a properly run quarterly business review as the nerve center of the organization. So the QBR, it is not an administrative update. It's a critical forum designed specifically for decision latency reduction. Exactly. A rigorous QBR is a true capital allocation decision forum. That is a stark contrast to those bloated 60-slide status parades we've all sat through. It has to strictly contain 4 things: clear results versus targets, an honest look at the root causes of deviations, explicit decisions required from leadership, and firmly committed priorities for the next quarter. And beneath that quarterly reset, you've got the monthly link, the MBR. This acts as an initiative health check. You're testing ongoing projects against a rank list of priorities, and you are deliberately looking to kill or de-scope variance. It's an accountability loop that catches initiative drift before it compounds into a completely lost quarter. Finally, we reach the weekly link, which provides strict operational guardrails. Yes, weekly priority confirmation catches immediate blockers, but more importantly, it monitors revision triggers. A revision trigger is a predefined condition, say a specific metric moving beyond a set threshold, that forces an immediate strategic reset. You don't wait for the next QBR to realize the plan is broken. So, we want to leave you with a somewhat provocative thought to challenge your current infrastructure. Is your strategy a living operational cycle, or is it just an artifact filed away until next January? Ultimately, the entire goal of this framework is to permanently eliminate execution drift. Capital has become highly commoditized, but the infrastructure to execute high-trust, cross-border deal flow is rare. To get ahead of these macro signals and access our premium investor network, subscribe to the Upside Journal and join our membership communities. See you in the next Daily Drop.